Good.
I mean, how can you do this? It's not like I was absolutely unprepared myself. I would never do that.
I don't really get to talk half the time when I'm DMing for him. I'm not prepared at all. So
Okay, I've got us all on stream.
For the session itself, for what we're going to be doing, I know what's happening. For the actual stream, no.
I'm so happy I didn't stream.
yeah, see, what was the last message sent to the group? Can we please be 10 minutes early for people who have to get shit ready?
Well, we got.
I thought I was going to stream yesterday, be productive, get things sorted out, and then I worked till 7 p.m. and that didn't happen. So
yeah, that does sound very true.
It is the unfortunate curse of being a software developer sometimes. But
people weren't able to hear you guys on my end as well, so
Uh-oh.
Hey, Blub.
That's for sure.
Hi, Cage. Wait, you have me on
another hour fixing your streams. Yay.
Well, that's
Go back playing your fucking Yu-Gi-Oh.
Apparently, I'm being watched on a Steam Deck right now.
Oh, that's so cool.
Oh, nice.
I actually wanted one.
That's surprising.
It's gonna break so easily, so fast. Because
You think so?
Steam Deck has so many problems. No,
Really?
it has so many problems.
Yeah. I checked out the problems and then decided, nah.
Thank you for the bits,
make
Cage.
sure that I am lurking in all the appropriate chat channels.
Let me go make sure my door is shut and blocked real fast. Be right back.
My PNG issue? With the CSS.
Okay, I'm gonna get my B.
Yeah, no, I am aware that it was the CSS. I knew it was the CSS. It's just I never got round to fixing it, so I just sent links for people to fix it for me.
Which is me specifically. I fixed it. I was the one. I am the programmer person. No, Bloop is the programmer person.
Yes,
Obviously, it was me.
And you fixed the things?
Okay.
Awesome, I think we got this.
You know, just trying to do the professional thing and get. I say professional. I'm just trying to speed run fixing stuff.
What are you trying to fix right now? Maybe we can help.
Yeah, what is
Why
it?
are you stuttering so much? Is something wrong?
Nothing's wrong. Nothing you can prove anyway.
Nothing I could prove
Are
yet.
you sure about that?
Yes, I'm sure about that.
Okay, if you say so.
Do you want to try and prove something?
Nah, not right now.
No, because I have nothing. Because I have just shit to prove.
Okay, one last one to do. Where's Narrow? P-Link.
These peanuts.
Wait, I need to do something.
But actually, thank you, Ryder, for making me approach to fix the PNG stuff, because that way I'm also going to be able to fix my broken PNGs on my
Yeah.
stream.
Yeah, as I said, there was an issue there, and I only realized it while we were doing the karaoke stream the other day.
They updated something on Discord, that's why it broke for a lot of
Yeah.
people, so it wasn't our fault.
Oh, yeah, of course. It's them updating something.
Okay, we're ready, kind of, sort of, I hope.
Let's
Yay!
go.
Let's go.
Okay, now let's go on an adventure. I got my backpack with me. It's like 8 times larger than I am.
I'm just ready to be carried.
Ah, cool. So before we start, let's just
Literally,
introduce
gonna get
everybody. Unfortunately, I know normally I would have like a nice little nameplates for everybody who's participating, but this time round, everything was prepared within the last like half 45 minutes, hour, whatever. So today we will be starting a new adventure within Fable Splinter. Joining us today is my good friend Rael.
Hello, hello.
Everybody's favorite FruitBatAnyu.
That's me, hello.
The two awesome mods, Broken.
Yeah. Hello.
And Sam Guy.
Hi.
And then one of Nero's good friends. Broken's good friends, Nero.
Hello.
This is the second group of people that I've wanted to take through this particular campaign. And we have been trying to schedule time for this particular session 4 months. I kid you not.
We
But,
got it, though.
We managed to get it. We're here now.
What, it was all my fault? I can't hear you. La, 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 la,
No,
la.
no, no. It wasn't your fault entirely. There are other people to blame as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just how time sort of worked its way out, and that's what it is. But hopefully, we will have very consistent Dungeons and Dragons campaigns and games in the near future. On Anyu and my channel, I believe they will start running on a once a week basis, and for all of the other people that we play with and stream with, every 2 weeks. But with all that said and done, shall we play some D&D, guys?
Yes, we should.
Yeah.
I'm ready. My bones are and my backpack
Hi.
is as well.
My body's ready.
I'm stoked.
I'm glad to hear
And actually
everybody.
tired of waiting, so
Okay. So, our story starts with everybody waking up in somewhat of a dark room. You find yourselves there alone, only with what you currently have on you in your human forms. Around you, you find dark, cold stone walls, a relatively high ceiling, and from one direction, you do see light seeping through seeping in from one direction. What do you guys want to do?
I go towards the light.
I guess I
go
get
in
up,
order.
grab my ciggies.
There's a little bit of light peeking through, so look around and see if my eyes can adjust and see if there's anything else in here.
Okay, so Rael is moving towards the light. Broken is pulling out a cigarette. And Sam, after a couple of minutes of standing there, waiting for your eyes to adjust, you find yourself standing in a very poorly lit room. There looks to be a small little bench, a table to the side with nothing massively important on it. It looks like this could be a study area, but it hasn't actively been used in a long time. Anyu and Nero, what are you guys doing?
Well, at first, oh wait. At first, I'm scared. And then I turn towards the light and I very loudly yell, "Hello, who's there?"
I just look around trying to see something, and I, I think I see something, but I'm just scared to go anywhere, so just sit down.
Okay. Anyu, you hear a voice call back, and everybody else would also hear Anyu's voice echoing through the halls. Nothing to fear, small ones. Just come seek me if you wish to leave this place.
Since there's obviously other people here, I call for the other people. Who else is here?
I just rush to the voice.
I want to look at the study some more and see if there's anything that could be. You said there's nothing of like big importance, but they're just want to double check and see if there's anything maybe of like small importance.
Okay. As you look over everything there, you see there's a couple of broken quill tips. Uh, some splotches of ink, maybe what you think could be paper, but you're not 100% sure. Um, and a couple of empty glass vials.
Can I grab the maybe paper and just take that with me?
Sure.
All right, sure, I'll do that. And then I'll just go back with Anyu.
Okay. As you step out into the light, you find yourself in somewhat of a grand hallway, beautiful marbled flooring. You're kind of confused by everything, how such a lavish-looking place is connected to such dingy-looking rooms in comparison. Before you stands, you're not quite sure. You can't make out if they're a man or a woman, but a staggeringly beautiful, handsome being with dark skin and bright emerald eyes. They look at you and smile and say, it is a pleasure to meet all of you. And as he looks around the room and sees you on you. His voice seems to trail off. If you look at them, there's some level of confusion in their eyes for a second before they snap back to their full a posture of confidence.
I will ask, who the hell are you? Explain yourself. What the hell I'm doing down here?
My apologies. My name is Masingi. It is a pleasure to meet all of you guys, all of you. I'm sorry to have brought you here from your own world, but we picked up some strange powers floating around the world, and we figured we would intercept them and see what happens.
So just to clarify, I'm not dead. The dark tunnel and the light. Not you just picked me out of my existence.
No, you are not dead, but I wouldn't say I am the one who picked you out of your existence.
But why us?
I am not sure of this either. I we just found a strange magical signal connecting to your world, and we sort of intercepted it to make sure that no ill intent or harm came to you before you reached your destination. Also, my good fellow, if you would be so kind as to not, what is it, burn incense indoors? It does not smell quite pleasant.
Okay, I'm sorry. I will stop. But it sounds kind of fishy. Because you're trying to hide something from us.
Try to hide something from you.
Yeah, like you're not telling us something.
What is it that you think I am keeping from you?
I'm not sure myself. Just intuition.
If you say so. Now, I have offered you my name. Would you be so kind as to present me with yours? As he looks over everybody.
Yeah. Can you repeat your name? I just
Ah,
forgot.
Masingi.
It's nice to meet you, Masingi. Um, my name would be Nero.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Nero.
Nice to meet you, Masingi. I'm
I
Sam.
am.
Sam?
Yeah, I'm Anyu, and I feel like I've had this fever dream before. Nice to meet you again.
Mm-hmm. It is a pleasure.
I'm Rael. Still not sure while I'm here, Rael, but you can just call me Rael.
Indeed. And
just
you,
can call me Cell.
Cell. It is a pleasure. Now, while we have saved you from some ill intent, and we do not wish to present you with more ill intent. We here would like to at least employ your services. Be aware that there will be training for whatever it is we wish for you to participate in, as well as fair compensation. Uh, you will be presented with a contract. If you would follow me, feel free to ask me as many questions as we walk. And they sort of start off in a direction down the hallway.
Okay, cool. So where exactly are we right now?
You are within the world of Splinter. You currently find yourself on the island of the Keep, which is one of the many strongholds that my organization keeps within the world.
And your organization is?
We are known as the Archive. We study and document magical effects and artifacts that crop up around the world.
So we're just here to be studied or something.
In some capacity. But we also wish you to possibly retrieve some of these magical artifacts for us.
And what we gonna get from it?
As I have stated, you will be fairly compensated. To start, there is a very lucrative contract deal in which we will enhance your physical capabilities to be a little bit more conducive to the world you find yourselves in. We will also show you the ways of either a martial combatant or, if you so wish, a little bit of magic. And as they say that, they flick their wrist, and you can see a small little flurry of snowflakes whip off their hands and trail behind them.
Magic sounds really cool, but if you want to employ me, we first have to make sure what's up with my employer at home, because I already have employment and I can't just dip there,
Well, unfortunately, I don't know how we can contact your side or send you back as of yet.
Can we I don't know, maybe write a letter, or do you have, I don't know, some form of telecommunication? Or
Yeah,
I
how
mean,
am
I
I
have
gonna
to call out for 2 days
Communication.
or so. I don't know for how long we're gonna stay here.
how am I gonna contact any of my references?
It seems you have a very strict understanding of work where you come from.
That's putting it mildly.
Yeah.
Please be aware that you have already been given a job offer. We will simply present you with a contract and an explanation of it, what it is that we want you to do. And as he says that, he stops in front of a door and opens it up, and they walk in.
Question. If we've been removed from our existences, does that mean that we never existed where we're from? And so therefore, no one is really looking for us?
It's possible. The aura of magic around you, it's somewhat complex. You seem to have been plucked from your reality, but at the same time, I'm sorry, further investigation needs to be done.
If you would,
Now,
please
quick
keep us
question.
posted on that.
Yeah, my mom's gonna be dead
Quick
worried if
question.
I
What's
just
gonna
disappeared.
happen if?
yes, Mr. Cell, you wish to ask?
What's gonna happen if I, for example, reject the offer? What's gonna happen? Do I go back to my reality or what? Or I just ninja vanish?
You will simply be sent off the island, to the nearest village.
Oh, so we're on an island?
Yes. And as you look out, you see the room that he has entered is a very, very plush area. Very fancy looking sofas, a very nice coffee table, floor to ceiling bookshelves along one side of the room, the other side heavily decorated with a giant dining room table, chairs all around it, and on top of this table, you see what you can only assume to be a large selection of fantastic delicacies of this world.
So food.
Yes.
I
Aside
could use
from
some of
that,
that.
there is another table spread with various with glasses and tankards and what looks to be one or two kegs, as well as jugs of various liquids. And behind this table, in the wall, is a massive window overlooking the front of the keep, as well as a view towards a body of water that you can't quite make out in the distance.
I browse the bookshelf and look for a book with information on the world of Fable Splinter. Maybe like a map.
As you browse the bookshelf, looking at the spines of all the books, you can't seem to fathom the language that is currently written on the spines. So roll me an investigation check to see if you're able to discover what you're looking for without being able to read the language on the book, on the books themselves.
That's a no.
You look at the books and you're not sure what any of them say, but you're invested now in standing here trying to find something, while everybody else is standing around and chatting with Masingi. and you just pull out a random book, not to feel like you've wasted your time. But as you page through it, it seems like there are three different types of script within this book, and none of them you recognize. There are one or two odd pictures. Um, One of them which indicates which seems to have a picture, an aerial picture of the island you are currently on, but or an aerial picture of an island with a keep on it, but you are not sure if that this is the island that or the island that you're on currently is the island in the book.
I look out the windows and look for white trees in the distance to see if I can ascertain that this picture is in fact where I am.
You do not see any white trees. You do see a dense forest on the left-hand side when looking out the window, but beyond that, not much more.
Question.
Yes.
Strange entity whose name escapes me. Why can't I read anything?
That's well, it could quite possibly be that the script and languages of your world are very different from the world you find yourself in presently.
Awesome. I'm assuming part of this contract is going to give us the ability to communicate, speak, read, and write in your world.
Indeed.
Cool.
Currently, you are not even speaking in one of the languages found in this world.
And yet you can understand me.
But you have to remember that I have a certain level of magical skill.
Cool. Looks like magic is definitely something I'll be asking for. Water? Since I have no idea what anything else is, I'm going to stick to water.
You find yourself a jug of water.
Awesome. I plop myself down on a couch and stare at pictures and books.
Do you have alcohol? I need to sit down to process this. It's too much for my small brain.
There, if you examine any of the liquids on the table and you pour a little bit of whatever is in the kegs, you find that there's what you can assume to be a fruit wine, maybe a mead, and what might be an ale, or as close to an ale as this world knows.
I don't know. I'm just gonna grab that random one and chug.
A very good ale. It's probably not as good as some of the beers you've had from your world, where the technology seems to be much further advanced and there's been a lot more innovation in the technology sphere, but it's still pretty good for what it is.
It's better than nothing.
What is everybody else doing?
I go up to Rael to try help him read the book.
I am going to need you to make a straight intelligence check.
You want me to roll the dice?
Yes. So to do that, on the application, you click on your intelligence score or on the numbers, and it should pull up a dice option for you.
And find it.
Okay, narrow. So look for intelligence. Hover your mouse over the +2, and if you click on it, it should open up a small little window.
I see. Thanks. I rolled a 13.
You look over some of the lettering in the book, and some of it looks slightly. Well, you can't recognize any of it, but you can definitely tell that there is some form of sentence structure there. You take the book over to Masingi and you ask him what one of the words is, and you sort of break it down into what you believe to be letters, and yeah, the thing you break down the writing, what you can assume to be a letter arrangement, and eventually you come up with a rough translation of what one of the word or what one of the sentences is in the book. But even with a direct translation to English or even Lithuanian, it doesn't make any grammatical sense to you.
This is useless.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like we'll be able to read just yet.
Yeah, I bet if I could read, my dyslexic brain wouldn't help.
So, do you wish to discuss the opportunities available for you within this world?
To try to learn how to read their language?
Reading would be part of it, but that would be a trivial part.
So just to clarify, you don't know how we got here. You can't really send us back. And we can't communicate with anyone from our reality. Yes?
That is the long and short of it, yes.
Cool. Then I suppose that doesn't really leave us much option but to go ahead and, well, help you while you try to help us.
Yes.
I don't know about everyone else. I look to everyone else. Do you guys have any other suggestions? I feel
Yeah,
like this is probably our best option.
I don't mind
Well,
adjusting
we don't
and
have another
relearning.
option.
Yeah, serve us the
We
conditions. I
don't
mean,
have
it's not
another
like we could escape.
Yeah.
Yeah, not really a ton of options.
I am sorry if you feel like I am putting you in a between a rock and a hard place, so to speak. But until I have a better understanding of the magics performed, this is the best I can do for you at present.
Well, where we come from, there's a saying: everything happens for a reason. I'm assuming there's a reason we're here. Whether that reason is just pure random chance or some sort of cosmic interference, I suppose we'll find out eventually. Cool. So, what do you need our help with?
Well, as mentioned, we are collectors here. We like to study the magics of this world, as well as many of the artifacts that seem to turn up. Uh, for the most part, we will simply be requesting you retrieve some of these artifacts for us. Or maybe even investigate some magical occurrences within the world. Uh, some other times we might request you come through and assist us with testing some of the magical artifacts or even spells that you find while exploring or adventuring or whatever it is you wish to call your stay here. Uh,
Hmm.
Maybe.
Do
while
you have any idea?
my apologies, please go ahead.
So go first.
Do you have anything precise of the artifact you want us to find? Or just any?
At present, we are still a growing collection, so any artifacts would be of appreciation.
Okay.
And how we acquire these things is completely up to us.
Yes, you would be contractually obligated by to bring us back things, but how you go about procuring them is entirely up to you. Though, to make it completely fair to everybody, we will at least provide some level of training to bring you up to a survivable standard within this world. As and they look over you guys, it does not seem like you are fit enough for multiple days of travel by foot at present.
No, no. In our world, traveling by foot was sort of a hobby and a choice. We had
It's like
vehicles.
Hmm, convenient.
Yeah.
hmm. Is it possible for us to get a carriage? Like with a horse and everything?
How you spend your money is entirely up to you. And
Okay.
how much you make is also entirely up to you. As I said, you will simply be contracted to us, but if opportunities arise to take on other work, you will be more than allowed to pursue those ventures.
Interesting.
Got it.
So we're kind of like freelancers. That is interesting. Right. Let's get down to the nitty-gritties of this contract. What do we need to know first? What's the first big thing we need besides as you say, physical fitness?
Well, you are currently dressed very standoutish, and while humans are a common sight within this world, I would like to offer you a transformation.
Okay. A
We
transform.
have.
Yes. Sorry.
I do not know if you have any pre-knowledge of magical races or intelligent species beyond humans. I do not know what world you come from, but. And they wave their hand, and a book floats over to them that he places down, or that they place down on the coffee table in front of them, and wave their hand over, and it flicks to flicks to a random page with a picture of what most of you would recognize as an orc, and on the other on its opposite page, you can see writing that you can't make out, but the more you stare at it, it seems to shimmer and eventually form into words in a language that you are most comfortable reading and speaking.
Interesting. So these races actually exist in this world. In our world, they're well, they're fables.
Interesting. Well, I wish to offer you a transformation along one of these lines to something you feel would more closely suit your personalities or your skill sets. We will then also further explore training you within these skill sets if you that you so wish to develop.
Let's. Do you mind if I take a look at
By
your
all
book?
means, they offer the book to each one of you.
Miss Singy, can I ask a question real fast?
Yes.
When you talk about this world, and I know for sure we aren't from here, but even when you talk about it, it almost sounds as though it's not exactly your own sort of native land.
They look at you quite. What is the word I'm looking for? Quite interested in what you have to say. That is an astute observation. Though I can assure you that I have spent many a years within this world, and I am very comfortable in calling it home.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't question how long you've been here or anything, or that you would call it home, just sort of a thing I noticed. Sounds like you might be originally from somewhere else. Could be interesting to hear about there, too.
Well, it's a big thing to discuss at this point, but we can explore those topics some other time in the future.
Sounds good. I'd love to hear about it.
Well, now, have you all had the opportunity to examine the book?
Well, I briefly skimmed through the book, and since I've come to terms with the fact that I must be dreaming because this is majorly fucked up, I just looked for the cutest and tiniest species that I was able to find, and I put my finger on the page, and I'm like, I want to be this cute little bird, please.
A Kenku. That is an odd choice. I do hope you at least saw that their species are cursed in some in some way.
No, I judge by the pictures because I cannot read the book.
Uh, the book has been somewhat magically altered so that you can read what is within it.
So I take a second look at the page, and I'm like, oh yeah, that seems familiar, but you know, I'm not big with reading, and since this is a dream, and I know you usually wake up when you try to read a book or read a clock, I'm like, okay, never mind. I'm firm with my decision. Yes, please. My life
Well
was
then,
cursed before as well.
if you wish to step in front of this mirror and describe exactly what it is you would wish to look like, they stand next to a mirror, which seems to have been hidden behind the door that you came through, and they start moving their hands, and it seems like they're weaving some sort of strands that none of you are currently able to see, but a light seems to start building up around their fingers.
I find it pretty dope, and I step in front of the mirror and look at myself, and I say, okay, so I want to be tiny and cute. I want to be a tiny, cute little bird. Not a specific color. Maybe just gray, because I'm not really creative with that. I'm just thinking of little. Oh, what are they called in English? Wait, I'm sorry. Like a sparrow, you know, a tiny thing. And I imagine to have a little black beak and big, round, cute eyes. And since since I have birds on mind that I know from my home, you know, I imagine them sitting in bushes and trees all day with with leaves on their head, and yeah, that's about it.
Okay. And as you speak, you find your skin starts to feel strange as it starts to glow. You notice that every hair follicle seems to either shift place or form some sort of a sharp tinge, not painful or anything, but a very different experience from what you're used to. As your form shrinks and you start to feel lighter, And after a while, you look down at your hands and at yourself, and you notice that you're now totally covered in feathers. You look up at the mirror, and in front of you stands a strange little bird creature, exactly what you had imagined. But as you go to speak, you find yourself able to find any words, only sounds.
Oh my god, you look so cute.
I tried to say
Anna, how
thank
you
you, but
feeling?
oh, I'm sorry.
Anna, how you feeling? Everything is okay?
I tried to say thank you, and yeah, it's all right, but I only go and I
You
wave my
do,
arms.
yeah, you do know, you do realize as people speak to you, you're able to repeat those words, but only in the exact tone of voice that they were said to you.
So
Well,
after going for a few seconds, I say, "You look so cute," and then I say, "Oh, what did you say? Did you say you all right? My
yes,
broken. What did you say?"
yeah.
Okay, so I repeat both of those sentences.
Well,
Look
this
at
sounds
it.
like a trouble.
I need a drink. This looks horrifying.
I need a drink.
Uh, cool. Now that I know this works, I go to Masingi and I show him the book, and I'm like, I've been a pretty free-spirited person all my life. These creatures, you call them tabaxi. They seem to fit the mold of what I'd consider my personality to be. So, yeah, I figure I've been human for long enough. Let's see what it's like to be something else.
All right. And they again kick up and start clipping at various things, uh, looking like they're pulling strands, ropes, all this, and their hands start to glow. And as you stand in front of the mirror, you have a clear picture in mind of what you wish to be. Please describe that as your skin starts to change and your bone structure and the strange growth of a tail.
Okay, so I have to have a fluffy tail. All the cats in it, all the cutest cats in our universe have fluffy tails. So fluffy tails is a definite must. Ear tufts have to have ear tufts. They're just like the best things ever. Always liked the markings of leopards. I always thought it was cool. So that sort of bluish brown, white belly, spots everywhere, and I just keep going with like very specific detailed descriptions of certain things that I want, um, but not like everything in its entirety, because I'm like, you fill in the rest.
Okay. As you as the changes happen, as I say, you do distinctly feel the change in your bone structure. Again, not painful or uncomfortable, just a very strange feeling. You feel like your feet are stretching and you are now standing on what would effectively be your toes. Your hands first contract, bush out with fur, and then fingers appear, but only four. Uh, 3 fingers and a thumb per hand, and both of them with razor sharp claws. Your entire face changes, and you can see your nose start to move ahead of your face. Your jaw also shifts a little bit, and your teeth go from the general molar structure to sharp fangs and canines. Also, very bushy tail erupts from your lower back, and you would think that it would affect the clothes that you're wearing, but it seems that the clothes you are wearing adapt to accommodate this particular change.
It's rather interesting. I only have 4 digits. I kind of like flex my hand and I make my claws pop out, and I'm like, that's pretty cool. I look at Anyu and I'm like, don't worry, I want to eat you. And I smile a very toothy grin at her.
I need a drink.
Well, now, the rest of you?
I look back at those who already turned and thought, well, third is my favorite number, so I'm gonna go up next.
Okay.
Trying to go to the mirror. Not capable of standing because I drink too much. Showing the picture on the book that I chose.
Mm-hmm.
Forgot the name of it. Also,
I would
forgot
say
the
what you
villains.
wish to become, you do not find in the book.
But I see it as a figure. Everything's blurry. I think it's this one. No, I know it's this one.
Do you wish to whisper in my ear what it is you wish to become?
I remember it was written. I don't know how to pronounce it. It was like in my language, but spelled gibberish. Maybe I'm just not capable of reading my language. I think it's some kind of a gem, living gem.
Ah. Unfortunately, that does not exist here, but something could be done about that. This might be slightly uncomfortable. And Masingi holds out his hand, and he doesn't see. It doesn't seem like he's weaving magic in this instance. And the next thing you know, sharp claws spring from his hand as he drives it in from below your rib cage up. And you feel his hand curl around something inside you. My apologies, but
Are you ripping my heart out?
no. Pulls his heart. pulls his hand out, and your body goes limp. And his hand is not covered in blood, but he drops his hand, and from it you can see that there's a crystal suspended in a chain, which he then gingerly puts over your neck, drops it, and you suddenly take a deep breath. You're no longer drunk, by the way.
I bet.
That sobered me up. The hell happened? I just passed out.
You might find that more than just passing out has happened. Though, if you examine yourself, you might find something oddly different.
I noticed my body doesn't feel any more warmth or cold.
You do not feel warmth, you do not feel cold, you do not feel hunger, you do not feel thirst. It's as if you don't feel, but you can still think.
Am I
But that
dead?
internal monologue does not feel like it's coming from inside your head.
It feels like I'm in the body, but my conscience is like in the air. Not
More specifically, around your neck.
oh.
Now I need a drink.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get used to this.
And you too.
Well, I definitely don't want that, whatever that was. That could be fun. I think I'll go with the same thing as them, and I point it on you.
That's fair. It seems we've lost Broken.
Oh no. Only question is, can I... It seems like they can only say what they hear, but could I say things that I can remember from, like, other things that I've seen? Like a book or something that I've read, or like a play that I've watched. Could I quote something from that?
Unfortunately, the magics only allow you to remember from. You will have your memories from your past life, but you will only be able to access language and spoken word from once you become the Kenku.
That's fair. Yeah, I'll go with that then.
I just had a thought. When you change forms, can I just read you the dictionary that I have in my head? Just so you would know more words at the start.
That would be something you would need to explore together. Now, if you wouldn't mind standing in front of the mirror and please have a clear mental image of what it is you wish. And I start again pulling at threads, weaving what looks to be the empty space in front of them, and your body starts to feel lighter as light starts to emit from it. Please describe what you turn into.
I'm mostly thinking about different people that I know from things and that I look up to that I know would be more prepared in a situation like this. Sort of ones who could take the wheel and stuff. Mostly started thinking about characters from games and things. And Snake from Metal Gear is a good one of them. But of course, still thinking of birds, end up with sort of a odd bird version of him.
Okay. The same feelings that Anyu felt. You feel your body changing, your skeletal structure. You start to feel lighter. Your bones, your entire body feels much, much lighter than it used to be. Feathers erupt from all over you. Your skull structure changes to more encompass that of a beak. And as you stop glowing, you find yourself standing there, only able to remember who you were, but unable to verbally communicate any of your current experiences, only through sounds.
Cool. So we got another one.
Cool.
I hop over and pull on his feathers, and I say, "I'm not trying to eat you."
We got another one.
Are we teaching this parrot how to speak also, or he can speak by himself?
I think he's learning as he's going.
Learning as he's going.
Okay.
Well, that answers that.
And now you.
Now, after seeing everything I just saw, I decided to close my eyes, open the random page, and poke it.
The page you poke seems to be that of a tiefling.
Ah,
Dude, you're gonna have horns.
huh. Well, that wasn't what I expected.
Is that what
Pe-
you truly desire?
I'm not sure.
Maybe it's what you're
You know
meant
what?
to be in this world.
I have nothing to lose, I guess.
Mm. All right. Step in front of the mirror. And please have a clear vision of what it is you wish to become.
I'm ready.
And they start weaving magic again, pulling strings. Your body starts to glow, but it doesn't feel like anything is changing. And the spell fizzles away and you're still standing there. And Masingi looks at you and says, "It does not seem like that you are sure that this is what you wish to be."
Ah, no, this is bad.
What is wrong?
I don't know. I guess I'm not chosen to be this one. I go back to the book, I guess, to find something else.
Is it something? Is what you wish to be something that cannot be found in the book, much like your friend here?
Yes, I think so, yes.
Do you wish to describe it to me?
In general, I want to be a living skeleton.
A living skeleton, you say?
Yes.
This
Is it?
this is possible, but this could be quite painful.
Well, I'm used to pain. I'm a farmer after all. I can deal with pain.
Step forward.
Let's do it.
And again, sharp claws appear on his hand, and he digs it into your stomach, up into your chest. You look at them, and they look at you, and you feel their hand close around something, and they pull it out, and your body falls limp to the ground.
Oh, shit. That doesn't smell good.
I run around screaming.
The next thing that happens is while he's clutching his hand, or they clutching their hand closed, they seem to start weaving magic and casting an incantation. And as things happen, everybody sees your body start to glow as everything on your body, or all the skin on your body, seems to rapidly age and deteriorate until what remains is just a skeleton wearing Cell's old clothes. At which point, Masingi steps forward, places their hand on the skeleton, and you see what looks to be a flash of light ripple over the bones, and the bones seem to start animating in a very jerky and puppeteering style. Broken, you feel yourself coming back and being in some level of control, but it feels weird. It doesn't feel like you're operating muscles. It just feels like there are joints and you need to somewhat puppeteer them to do what you want. As you croak to speak, you find yourself, strangely enough, able to produce words, but how, you are not sure, as this is not, from a physical standpoint, possible. But you feel as you speak, your bones hum.
Smells
Now,
bad.
this is weird. I look at everyone and ask, do I look good with this?
This is weird.
This is weird.
You are right.
I'm happy
I
I'm in
guess
my body. I can continue drinking.
it is what it is.
As you stand there and get used to this new skeletal form, you actively feel like the bones remember everything that has happened to it, as if they had been lying and, decomposing and effectively forming a skeleton for the last 10 years. Worms and
Why do
all
you feel
crawling through
pain?
what flesh there used to be.
Why do you feel pain? I'm a skeleton. It shouldn't be normal.
You don't actively feel the pain. It's just these very weird sensory effects that happen to run across your skeletal form.
Ah, this is not fun. I expected to go better, not like this. I may regret my choices.
This is going to make blending in a bit hard.
Well, at the start you said it won't hurt for you, so now it definitely won't work when you have no nerves.
That's true. That's true.
Oh no.
Fuck
It,
me.
it seems we might have jumped the gun. You have yet to sign the full contract. At which point they put their hand in their sleeve and whip out what looks to be a scroll. But seeing as we have already come this far, I'm sure you won't mind. Uh, Signing on the line. Oop, nope. I gotta just find the Discord. As you are presented with a scroll that contains that wording. And unless one of you decided to learn to speak Elvish,
I did.
you did. Okay. Give me a second.
Same here.
Gotta remember where I.
Please, someone translate this shit.
It'll be fine. You're just gonna sign your soul for the devil. It's fine.
Hey, you're doing the same, so shut up.
Who's in his original body?
Well, I am in general.
You're in your original
Not
bones.
fully. Well, yes. So in general, it's my body.
Weird.
Hey, you're attacking bird.
Okay, so
Never mind.
Rael and Nero. You two are able to read the contract, and this is more or less what it translates to.
Oh, I will read it out loud soon.
Be aware that as you have accepted the transformations, you are obliged to sign this version of the contract.
Right. So we get a transformation, which we've all gotten. We get an enhancement that adapts our bodies for the life of an adventurer. I'm so surprised that I can read this. Tutelage on any skills that would require us in the profession which we choose. A free resurrection, if resurrection is possible in this world. Don't tell the church. Don't tell the church, anyone.
What do you mean? The divine seem to bless many within this world.
In our world, there was only one person blessed with resurrection. Whether they existed or not is a matter of great scholastic discourse. But it's largely agreed that only one person in the history of humans from our reality ever got resurrected. But that's a story for another time. We get access to the archive and pending permission, the ability to take certain items that will make any quests. Wow, we really are adventurous. Free accommodation in any archive or associated facilities. Access to quest requests presented to the archive. The archive gets 40% of the rewards from any quests, including quests not related to the archive. Any old or magical items we recover, receive, or purchase while adventuring become property of the archive. We will be required to assist the archive with research. Seems pretty standard. Any chance we can remove the clause on quests that aren't taken from you? That doesn't really seem fair for you to take 40% of our earnings from quests not related to you. Perhaps maybe like a 30-25% of quests not related to you?
Quests unrelated to the archive. How about we amend the wording to indicate that you keep all of the gold, but any magical or otherwise items belong to the archive, which, as per the contract, you would have full access to regardless.
True, and you did say that if we purchase or receive any magical items, it becomes property of you. Considering we won't be staying in this world, if you find a way to let us leave, then makes sense. Everybody good with that?
I'm fine with that deal.
I'm down.
Cool.
Before you rush ahead, roll me an investigation check, Rael.
Again. Please be better this time. No.
Nera, you have the same document. You're also welcome to roll an investigation check.
Oh.
Okay.
DM.
As you look over this document, you notice that while what Rael has read is 100% factual, there seems to be a a tiny little bit at the end tacked on that is almost illegible unless you look really, really closely, which you are currently doing. And you find that whether you wish to share that information is entirely up to you.
Nada, what do you see? You look interested in that.
Well, if I say it, it's more. Before I say it, do you have any regrets right now?
Hmm.
And I don't
I
really
guess
regret
so.
choices I make.
All right.
I need a drink.
Oh yeah. Well, I can get an answer, a proper answer from Anyu, so I'll. There's a fine print saying if you nullify this contract, you will remove your permission from being on this plane. You will be removed from your world in your current state. This contract supersedes all other contracts you may sign in the future. So, thank God I have a good eyes. So,
Wait. Where do you seek the? I like move the contractor. Can't see that. Wait.
As it's pointed out to you and you look right at the bottom, you do notice that there what might have been just etchings, scribbles that you thought, or part of the stationery that this is all written on. You notice that somewhere in there is very, very finely scribbled these words.
Weird.
So, if we're in breach of contract, uh, if we're in breach of contract, we return to our world, but as we are now.
you will return to your world in your current state, yes.
Huh. And this contract supersedes all other contracts you may sign in the future.
Indubitably.
So hmm, if it doesn't go well and I go back to my main world, as guess there is no magic, so just I just die.
Uh, yeah. Right. We're gonna need
Oh.
we're gonna need an addition to the contract that should we fulfill the contract. Should
As you start scrupulating over the contract and you spot this little thing, Musingi waves their hand and the contract seems to roll up and disappear. You have signed the contract.
Hey,
Weird.
how did we? I don't remember signing the contract.
What the fuck is going on? I don't remember signing it. Uh,
He just
huh.
kept our whole argument and did it himself, I bet, instead of us.
Now, who's hungry?
Shit. You little shit.
I need a drink.
Help yourself.
Ah, I want to drink. I want to drink more, but I can't anymore.
Well, I'm actually interested in what I am right now because I'm still not so used to what I become and still not understanding what I am. I see a crystal on my chest, but that's all. It can understand that that's me right now, not the body I'm moving.
Hey, Nero,
Yeah,
can you give me your crystal to look, to check it out?
like take it off.
Yes. I just want to check it out. If it's
Okay,
not a problem.
okay, sure. I just clip off the back strapping of the chain and it just falls off of my neck.
Do you catch it?
I'm trying to catch it.
No, I'm asking Nero.
Uh,
Oh.
No.
I untie it while holding with the other arm. So I have it in my hand, but untied.
Do you feel your consciousness move as your hand moves away from your chest? Do you
It-
give the crystal to Broken?
Before giving it to Broken, I start passing it to my other arm and kind of playing around with it.
As you move it from arm to arm, you feel like your consciousness is moving in those directions. You actually seem to perceive yourself from where the crystal dangles. And while you see out of the eyes of the body that is currently holding the crystal, you don't feel. Well, it doesn't feel like that is where your sight is coming from, so to speak.
Okay, I just understood that the crystal is pretty much my whole soul and consciousness. So if I give it to Cell, it's pretty much it's the same as signing the waiver. Eh, take it. I just bring out my palm and just have the crystal on it. Wait until someone picks it up or snatches from my hand.
I take the crystal. I look at you. And I'm starting to say, you little shit. You said that you were messing with me because I'm just a skeleton. Look at you now. You're just this of a fucking crystal.
Yeah. As you take the crystal from Nero's open hand, the body just seems to to collapse into the ground.
Hey,
Ah,
You do
yeah,
feel, while holding onto the crystal, a strong presence uh, imploring itself upon your body as if trying to take control, but
ah.
not being able to. You're actively able to sense that there is something within this crystal.
Hmm. Nero, is that you?
I can
is
hear
he dead? I like poke him. The body. Is he dead?
There's no pulse,
Oh my!
no response.
He's dead.
I run around in
I look at
circles
everyone.
screaming.
Smells bad.
I look at everyone, raise my arms at him. I didn't do anything. I didn't kill him.
You do as I say, you do feel his presence emanating from the crystal, and much in the same way your bones hum while you speak, you feel like if you hold on to the crystal in a right way, you might be able to interpret anything said by whatever is inside the crystal.
Hmm.
Hey,
Oh, I hear something.
hey. Hey,
Nero, is that you? Nero?
I
I
see
think I hear
nothing.
Nero somewhere.
I can't see,
I
but I
didn't see
can still
nothing.
think. What the hell is this?
I shake
Wait,
the crystal just to see if something happens.
I can feel like someone is just throwing me around.
he's is he inside that thing?
I guess so. Do you hear him?
Can you guys think
No,
of
I
my
don't. I don't.
body
I
that
don't
one?
hear anything. Just you're talking to it.
Huh,
Masingi looks
this is
at you
weird.
and says, "It is what he requested."
Um, maybe put him back on. Just put him back.
Uh, I guess so. I kneel down and put the crystal back on his neck and see what's gonna happen.
As the crystal, uh, as the chain wraps itself around the body's neck, the body starts twitching again, and Nero, you immediately sit back up, taking another big breath. You're not sure what has happened, but your body feels a little bit sore and weird, as if you were lying in a strange way for a little bit.
You died.
Huh?
You died. Well,
Well,
clinically, you died.
um, my back kinda aches and my muscles. I think like I do need a stretch right now, but it it feels fine. I'm in my body. All I can remember is having the crystal on my palm, seeing Cell take it, and afterwards Black just thought, and I could only just be in pure darkness talking to myself.
Hmm. Interesting.
Let's not do it again.
Interesting.
But at the same time, I felt everyone's presence, as if like echolocation.
I think that you have a very interesting ability that will come in pretty handy if it is ever necessary. We should save that piece of information for later.
Oh,
I look at Masingi. I'm assuming he dies if the crystal shatters or breaks in any way. And then the resurrection clause kicks in
Yes.
to a contract we signed, and I used two of my digits to make air quotes signed. One day you'll have to let me know what the definition of signing is in this world.
If you must know, this world operates on a set of edicts. As you had accepted one of the clauses within the contract, and minus that one minor change we made, you effectively signed the contract at that moment. Whether you actively used handwriting, your blood, or in this case, a magical impression to change your physical form. A deal was made and a contract was signed.
So if we didn't get any pens and actually signed it because we changed our bodies, it's already signed?
Yes.
Well, thank God. I don't mind this and seeing how this plays out.
Probably something we should have asked before the time. But what is done, I suppose. Clearly our first act of business is probably getting some way to protect your crystal. Some sort of disguise for Skeleton Boy here.
Well, you are, as I have said, within the main confines of the archives domain. You're more than welcome to stay here until you have been fully trained in the ways of whatever it is you wish to be.
Again, doesn't seem like we have much choice, considering, well, we just got here, and this is literally the only place we know.
I told you it was kind of fishy.
Yeah, it's kind of fishy, but I don't really see any other option. So, and well,
Yeah, we can go back.
if we can't go back, one of us will literally die. Literally.
I guess so.
I'll just become an object if I could go back.
And I'll be a sentient cat.
You speak as if there's no magic within your world.
There isn't.
Because there isn't.
There is no magic within your world.
Not in the traditional. Well, not in the sense that you're thinking. Clearly, magic in this world is more a force that can be tapped into. Magic in our world is a concept. More ephemeral, not something that can be interacted with in the way that you interact with magic.
Intriguing.
But yes, so it does present us a problem to breach contract. So we won't be doing that.
Yo, Rael, about you, there's not gonna be a little, like a big problem. There is thing in our world called the spirits, you know? We can pretend.
I can pretend to be a new species of cat. Yeah, I suppose I could.
It's a possibility.
It's a possibility. I have always wanted to be someone's pet, so I suppose this counts. Right.
I'm actually interested in learning something. Like maybe some. Wait, if I'm an object, can I? Is there some kind of magic that you need to say the spell to become into some kind of other object?
Yeah, like can we put him in a suit of armor? Will he be an animated suit of armor?
He is unfortunately confined to the crystal. Though, becoming different objects, there are ways. I believe. They wave their hand, and the water from the jug seems to float over to them. If you were to be a little bit creative with your control of water and say freeze it, and while they're talking to you, they're shaping the water into what could be what you would describe as bananas, and then the next thing you know, it becomes ice and drops into their hand. And then apply a further bit of magic to it, and his as he or as they weave their fingers, you could see a bit of glow happening, and tap it, and what was ice bananas now look to have a full sheen of color to them, and they have the same sort of uh, skin texture and color of mangoes.
So you can disguise objects.
Yes.
Like,
and give them a bit more physical form. And they toss the bunch of banana mango things at you, Rael.
I dodge expertly.
It's not like a throw of aggression. It's just tossing it to you to catch.
Wasn't this water like a second ago?
It is the ice now.
But it's... I bite it.
You bite into ice. Which feels very weird considering you now have very sharp teeth. And for the first time, you realize your tongue also feels slightly strange.
Just I don't like the sensation at all. This is weird. Cool, I wouldn't be licking ice in this world.
That wasn't a smart move from you.
but okay, if you can change water into ice, into something looking like bananas, is there a possibility for myself undetaching myself from a body, and while being in that pure darkness, thinking of an object, turning into something else than just a crystal? Or
You might find with practice that you can pull your consciousness within the crystal into somewhat of a humanoid form and weave the magic, the threads of magic into what you wish them to do.
hmm,
That probably means you can also take over someone else's body with practice.
oh yeah, I can, but wait. If you think about it, I'm already in a dead body. So I guess it,
So we should keep a stash of dead bodies?
yeah, I would leave my wardrobe instead of clothes, just bodies. Yeah, I guess.
That might be difficult to come by. Remember those edicts I mentioned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Murder is somewhat frowned upon within this world, and it is relatively tricky to perform without hurting yourself in the process.
I mean, well, murder's frowned upon in our world too. There are consequences for murder in our reality, as I imagine there are consequences for murder in this one. Uh,
But if you're attacked,
Self-defense counts. Yeah.
For the
it
most
counts
part,
in.
if you are attacked, you're very rarely attacked within this world. But for those that do get attacked, they rarely walk away with injuries. Strangely enough.
Right. So there are basic laws of this world you should probably inform us about before we, you know, go
Are
off on
there,
adventures for you.
yeah, are there any like dangerous monsters, as in like bears, anything in the wild that
You
could
will
attack us?
definitely find some interesting creatures out there. Wolves, bears, eagles, owl bears. And they go off and whittle out a couple of creatures that you recognize the names of, but some that you've either never heard of before or have only heard of in fantasy stories. On this island, though, the worst you could find yourself running into would probably be a nature spirit or two.
Hmm. So when did we start going to our adventure?
First, you need to be trained. But before any training starts, it is rather late in the day. Feel free to wander around the island, get accustomed to what is available to see here. Dinner will be served in 3 hours.
Hmm.
As for
Next
me,
can
I
be.
have some further research and study to do.
I have a question. Do you have some leather I could borrow? I I want to put my crystal like wrap it in leather, so when it gets hit or it somehow detaches from my neck, it wouldn't shatter at instant.
I would recommend you either retire to your living quarters or go and speak to our goblin guardsman who would be able to help you with that sort of thing.
Wait, there's a goblin down here?
There is indeed.
Um, where could he be? Because I don't know this like house place. I don't know what you could call it, a mansion, a
He
lair.
might be out in the training yard. And don't worry, companions will be provided to show you around.
Okay.
Hmm.
Hmm. I think that's a fine point. I should probably get used to this body's circadian rhythm before they get used to everything else.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's need to take some time to get used to it before we do anything. We may regret.
So, what is everybody doing as they herd you out of their study?
I
I'm
go check.
going off to meet with the goblin to think of something to protect my crystal with.
Yeah. Yeah, and as
I go.
you, as everybody steps outside the office, you are also greeted by 5 small, strange beings. There seems to be a small little rock golem. Uh, what could only be described as a floating bed sheet. Um, a feather floating in the wind. A small little mouse. And a little gecko sitting on the ground outside the study.
Are those our guides for us to pick?
Musingi has closed the door behind you.
Oh,
That fucker.
I go and talk at
This is
the
going to be.
cloth.
You?
I'm going to the mouse.
I want to
I'm
go
going
up to the gecko.
golem.
Okay, who's going where?
Gecko.
Okay, Sam's got gecko.
Mouse.
Broken, you said?
Mouse.
The mouse?
Yes.
Anyu?
The cloth.
Rael?
The feather.
Okay. And Nero, that leaves you with the little golem.
Yeah, that's what I wanted.
The golem looks at you expectantly, as if waiting an instruction of where to go.
Can you show me where the goblin is?
The golem nods at you and starts walking off to the left down a flight of stairs.
This place has stairs, no elevators.
Sam, where is it that you wish to go?
All right, let's see what words I've got so far. Try to piece something together.
Have I gotten you to create a spreadsheet of your words?
Yes. I have Notepad open right now, and I'm just... I've been grabbing random things people say.
Okay, because there was a lot of conversation had there. Broken. While Sam is trying to figure out where he wants to go, where would you like to go? Broken?
May have lost him again.
I'm just gonna go check around the environment. Maybe if I'm gonna find some clothes to change into.
Okay. As you wander through the as you start wandering through the house, the mouse doesn't follow you, but for some reason the bed sheet looking thing starts to follow you.
I want the mouse. I guess I'm gonna go with the sheet.
Unfortunately, it is not a decision of who gets what. This has already been decided for you.
Okay.
Oh, fuck.
So the sheet follows behind you, Broken, expectantly looking for some instruction as to where it is you're looking to go.
I don't know. The sheet and just ask, where can I found like armor clothes?
The sheet turns and lets out a small little, what could be described as a cute little whale, and then floats off in a certain direction.
I'm just gonna follow it where it goes.
Cool. Anyu, where would you like to go?
Well, I look left and right. And I say forest.
The feather starts to glide in the same direction the golem took Nero.
I'm a simple person, I just go and follow.
Rael.
Well, my feather just floated off. I go to the mouse and I'm like, I need to understand this body's physical capabilities. Is there like a training facility somewhere I can, I don't know, climb a wall?
The mouse twitches its nose at you, tilts its head, and starts walking in a direction down a hallway before it stops, turns around, and wanders towards the stairs before it stops again and then wanders back to the front of the door and looks at you as if wanting a bit more information.
Let's start simple. Is there somewhere I can go for a run?
Mouse squeaks excitedly and also goes off in the direction the feather and the golem went.
Cool. I follow a mouse. There's now a cat and mouse game happening.
Sam.
All right. I pieced something together, I think. What animals are still left?
Just the gecko.
All right. I look at him. After probably sitting there for a couple minutes, just kind of staring at him. And I managed to come up with, I have some studying to do. Magic in our world is a concept. One of us will die.
The gecko does a small little blip, turns around, and then starts walking off in the direction that the mouse initially went.
I follow him and hope we're headed to the place I'm into.
You're just gonna have to trust or hope that you get to go where you want to go. Everybody else, as you follow your designated companions, you find yourself walking out into an open courtyard of the keep. Off to one side, you see what looks to be a open training ground, um, in which a goblin in sturdy leather armor stands, with a wooden sword, very elegantly dancing around a very animate dummy.
I
Hmm.
walk. I walk
Oh, no,
up to
wait.
that.
Sorry, I forgot that Broken went off somewhere else. So it's Rael, Anyu, and Nero who are currently standing outside with this site. Um, Within this courtyard, aside from the goblin, you see a big open area where it looks like a lot of practice drills and training might happen. There seems to be an area for hand-to-hand sparring. A little bit off is a gate that exits the he's looming over one of over the pathway that leads towards the water.
This is really pretty. And that's really a goblin. I'm not gonna get used to this anytime soon. Uh is that dummy moving on its own? Huh. Uh I look at the mouse and I'm like, where do I go for a run?
The mouse sits at the top of the steps.
Okay, I guess I'll ask the goblin. And I look at the mouse for confirmation.
The mouse squeaks
Cool.
and then scurries up your leg to come and sit on your shoulder.
Do I feel any inclination to eat the mouse?
Um, there is a stronger desire to eat meat now than there was previously, but you don't have any active desire to eat a mouse at present.
Cool.
It doesn't feel like there's more of a desire to eat a mouse in this form than there was in your human form.
Hmm. Oh, okay. Just just making sure, buddy, that you're not considered food by this form. Um, what do I call you? Can I call you Squeak? Is that fine?
The mouse squeaks back at you.
Cool. You're Squeak now. Uh, who's here with me? Anyu and?
Nero.
Okay. Um. Don't get lost. I'm gonna walk up to the goblin, and wave him down. Hi, Mr. Goblin.
The goblin does a 2-step backwards away from the dummy. Does a fancy flurry with the sword before seething it. Looks over to you, looks up at you because you have gotten a little bit taller than you used to be.
Yes.
And the goblin addresses you. Yes. How may I be of assistance to you, sir?
So, hey, I'm Rael. Firstly, no need for sir. Um, recently got here by some fluke of magic, according to the Masengi, according to him. This is Squeak. Squeak says I can get used to this body here. I kind of need to know what its physical capabilities are. Anyway, I can just start off simple, maybe go for a run. Those two are going to need things as well. The bird can't really talk that much, so ask yes or no questions. The other guy, he'll talk to you.
As you talk, you can see that there is a slight look of confusion appearing on his face. Like, you need permission to run?
No, I need to know where I can do that.
Are
I'm not
you
from
not
this world.
outside?
I am in fact outside. You don't have a designated area for running?
You are on a relatively safe island, Rael. You can see him biting back, wanting to say, "Good sir." You are you are allowed to run wherever you want to, and Squeak, as you call him, will guide you back here when the time comes.
That's new for me. Cool. Thanks. I'm gonna walk out of the training yard, out towards the. Did you say it's a lake or the ocean?
I said it was a body of water, but
It's a body.
technically, yes, it is a lake.
Cool. I'm gonna go to the lake and I'm gonna run around the lake. See how far around the lake I get.
You are on an island in a lake. Just be aware of that.
Okay, I'm going to run along the coastline.
Okay. As you start moving, you see that there is a sizable distance from the entrance all the way down to the coast of about it would be a gentle 30-minute walk, but as you start jogging, you just feel like I could go faster. I could go faster. And you're able to cover that distance effectively in about 7 minutes.
So it's like so I just did a 1K in 7 minutes.
Yes. You might have gone down on all fours to achieve that speed, but you did a 1K in 7 minutes.
Cool. I could never do a 1K in 7 minutes, so that's awesome. Yeah, cool. I'm just gonna get used to being a tabaxi.
Yep. You find that you can run a lot faster now. So much so that if you tried hard enough, you could include a additional dash of speed or additional burst of speed, provided you took a step back, grabbed the breath for a couple of seconds before kicking straight off again.
Cool.
Nero.
While walking to the goblin, I stop for a second and ask my golem buddy if he has a name, and if he doesn't, just um clap his hands
The
I told him that.
golem looks at you and says nothing.
Oh, so you do have a name.
He says nothing.
Can you talk? Because
You
where are you
hear a
from?
very that very distinct noise of stone rubbing against stone, and as you look down at the stone golem, you can see that he is shaking his head as of saying no.
Oh, so you can talk. Well, if you can't say what your name is that your previous owner gave you, would you like if I call you Knack?
The golem looks up for a second, then back at you, and then you can see a very quick nod.
Okay, that works. Uh, After that, I continued walking to the golem and asked the golem for leather, and if is he capable of making a armor suited for my gem to wear?
The goblin responds, "Ah, good sir. It's a strap of leather is not too much of a problem. If you follow me over to the supplies area, we will very quickly sort you out. As for armor specifically, you might need to go and speak to the goblins in the forge room to get something like that. Though, hmm, I do not know if they currently have the material to make something of that nature."
You sure they don't have leather and maybe some iron? Because all I want to do is have leather wrapped around the crystal and put like a iron sheet around it as a shield, so the leather would absorb the impact and the iron would deflect.
Ah, yes, you might want to go and speak to those dwarves. I'm not the best one to answer those questions.
Okay,
Um, all I can do is provide you with a leather wrap for the time being.
that will do for now.
Okay.
Thank you. Oh, I forgot to say my name. It's nice to meet you. My name is Nero.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Nero. My name is Hosbert.
Uh, Nice to meet you, Husband.
Hosbort.
Husbort. Alright, I'll I'll try not to butcher it next time. Thank you. I walk off to the other goblins.
There are no other goblins.
I see. Now, now that I realize there are no goblins, I understood that I've been fooled.
Fooled
So fooled.
by
So by the I forgot the goblin's name already.
Hosports. He didn't say goblin, he said dwarves.
Dwarves?
Yes.
I remember him saying goblin. Oh, oh yeah. Okay then.
If you wish to
I,
go and see the dwarves, Knack will take you back inside and down some stairs. But before we get back to that, Anyu,
Yes, that's me.
where's BirdAnyu going?
Uh, BirdAnyu saw a golem, right?
BirdAnyu saw a feather.
No, I mean in we went to the orchid, and I think you said there was a lifelike golem or something.
Lifelike dummy.
Dummy.
The
That the
lifelike dummy.
goblin,
Okay.
yeah, that the goblin was training with.
Okay. So I want to sneak over there as the
Yes.
goblin is talking to other people currently,
Mm-hmm.
and I hop around the dummy and and I poke it with one of my claws, and then I jump back and see what it does.
The dummy doesn't immediately react and then springs to life, but not as fluidly as it was with the goblin. You can see that there is very much a very staggered, slow movement to it, but it approaches you slowly and raises one of its hands and tries to bring it down in what would be a cross chop. You know that if you do not step out of the way and it hits you, while it might not do any serious damage, it will leave a nasty bruise if it does hit you.
Okay, so I start bolting right through his legs to the other side so he cannot hit me, and I scream, "Murder is frowned upon!"
The goblin or the dummy finishes its chop, returns to a upright position, turns around, and then starts stepping towards you again. This time drawing back what looks like a fist and a punching low towards you.
Oh shit, bro. Okay, now I'm scared, and I run towards the goblin that has been training with the dummy.
It's again not actively or going as fluidly as it was with the goblin, but there is still a lot of jankness there to it, and as you see the fist come towards you, you hop back, and it's at this point that the goblin notices that you're there messing with the dummy. Um, Looks at you and says, are you okay there, little one? Please don't play too rough with the dummy. They can detect your skill level to some capacity, but they aren't always totally accurate.
I answer, all right. All right. And I say, magic in our world is a concept.
Oh, you're a Kenku. Interesting. Is there anything I can help you with? You can respond with yes or no.
Thank you. Yes, I say yes.
The feather floats and it sort of what's his name's slips into in between the feathers on your head and sits there upright with a little bit of a hook to it.
Oh, that's cute.
You know, like the not that. Oh, what is it called? The Ahigo?
An
Ho-
Ahigo face?
no,
Ahoge.
okay.
Okay. Oh, yeah. There's the other one is the hair strand, right?
I feel like we've had this with Anyu before
No,
a few
yeah.
times.
So the Ahoge is the hair strand. There's an
yeah.
entirely different one that is very very similar. That is not what this is.
Yeah. A Hoge is the hair thing, a Hegao is the face.
Yes.
Oh boy.
Ahegao. You effectively
Yeah,
have
the
an
feather
ahogi of a feather.
the feather lands on your head and then does a Hegao.
Very cute. I don't even need to style my hair then. Very nice. So I say to the goblin, I have some studying to do. And I point towards the dummy.
You wish to learn to fight.
I say magic in our world is a concept.
Oh, you wish to learn magic.
Yes, because I learned to say yes.
You have yes and no now, so
Yeah,
well,
guess who doesn't?
Sounds like a skill issue.
unfortunately, I am not the person to speak to for magic tutelage. There are a fair few compatriots who live within the keep that are more skilled in magic than I am. What, in what way would you like to learn magic? Would you like to study incantations and learn the methods used to cast spells? He's waiting for a yes or a no.
Might I ask you a question as the dungeon master?
Sure.
I do you have plans for what we were talking about originally, or would it be possible to change routes now?
You're more than welcome to change your class routes now if you'd like.
Okay.
It's just for race, it's a little bit difficult after we've already discussed stuff and you've drawn pictures.
That's true. No, none of that. But okay. So back to the immersion. I say cast spells
Cast spells. Like a wizard?
like a wizard.
Or would you like to be divinely blessed?
I tilt my head and look funny.
So you do not wish to receive power from the gods. How about exploring any potential within yourself?
I say yes.
Sorcery.
Sorcery.
You might be best off speaking to Masingi about that then. He seems to be, or they seem to be quite magical in nature themselves, so they might have some understanding of what's happening there.
Speak to Missingy about that then. Speak to Missingy about that then. I say as I turn and wave to the goblin and nod to the dummy.
Okay.
Try to make my way back for now.
The dummy, as as it is noticed you speaking to Hosport, um, takes a stand at attention and just becomes solid again, not moving. Broken. You are following an ephemeral bedsheet
Yes.
through the keep. As you
Yes,
follow
yes.
it, you are taken to the one of the far wings of this very castle-like structure. As this thing stops and floats in front of a door.
Huh. First of all, I knock at the door.
There's no answer.
I'm trying to sneak in, open the door, slowly look around.
As you quietly open the door, you are greeted with what looks to be a very nicely furnished room. Um,
Huh.
1 second. It shares much of its layout with the picture that I just sent you guys. Within the room, there's
No
a.
DB.
Hmm?
Now I was talking load to the picture loaded.
Okay. In the room, there seems to be a round dining table, a very spacious floor rug with very, very plush-looking couches around it. Off to your left, what looks like a very well-equipped kitchen, stocked with plenty of fresh ingredients. Um, Spread across the room itself, there are 6 other doors and passageways, or a couple of passageways that lead to various doors, aside from that of the kitchen. If you examine any of the doors, you see that there looks to be plates on each of the doors, but there's nothing written on them. They look very much like they should be placards with information on them.
Huh. I guess it's like our living door for us. Hard to tell.
The spirit floats next to you, just bobbing up and down.
So is that me being correct? If I'm correct, go up, down. If not, left to right.
It keeps going up and down.
Okay, I'm correct. Good. Hmm. I'm gonna try to pick up one of the plates. To see if
Um,
something written on them.
this plate is fixed to the door, so you can't take it off. It's just like a metal plaque on the door.
Ah. Uh-huh. Hmm. Okay. Well, wasn't It wasn't what I was looking for, but good to know. Hmm. I look at the cloth, a bed sheet, and ask, is there like an armory I can check out?
It floats in front of one of the doors in the room here.
I open the door.
Inside the door, you find a very, very plush bedroom, double bed, feather pillows, and what looks to be a massive wardrobe off in one corner. Again, you see another doorway that seems to lead off somewhere, and you assume that that might be where the bathroom is. As you
Hmm.
open the door,
Oh,
the spirit goes and it floats in front of the wardrobe.
I guess this is where I need to check.
What do you do?
I open the closet.
As you open the
Wardrobe.
closet, you find that it's empty.
I look at the cloth and just ask, what the fuck is it? What are we supposed to do?
Do you close the doors?
No.
No. Okay.
I just pointed the empty wardrobe like, what the hell? What the fuck is this? But then I just tried to close and then open it again a couple of times to see if
As you
something magical
close it the first time, you hear what sounds like rushing wind behind the door. And as you open it up again quickly to see what the hell that noise was, you find that it's fully stocked with clothing that you might find more applicable to a fantasy world, as well as um, stuff that might be considered armor.
Huh. So guess every room is separate for each of us. And everyone has this drawer. Locker, I guess. Hmm. I look at the bedsheet and ask, am I correct?
The bed sheet bobs up and down, following previous instructions.
Okay, good. I changed, man, I just changed the clothes, I guess. Yes, I changed the clothes.
Okay.
After changing, I'm trying to open the next door to look like a toilet. Leads to the toilet.
Yes, it leads to a fully equipped bathroom. There's a bath, a piss pot, because a latrine. um, you know, very, very little actual plumbing. As you open taps, there's water that flows out, and it seems to, if you examine things, you don't see any pipes connected to anything. So you're kind of confused as to what's going on here.
Okay, this is toilet is weird. It kind of makes sense because it's like medieval, I guess. But second of all, it's useless for me. I'm a fucking skeleton. Hmm. I close the door, turn around. I'm gonna ask the bedsheet. Bedsheet. Fuck. Where can I find the goblin?
Goblin. The bed sheet starts floating out of the room back towards the entrance to this common room. And as you walk out of your room, the plaque that was blank on the door now says "cell" on it.
Oh, Now it makes sense.
Ghost, your little ghost friend floats towards uh, the the uh, the common room's exit and waits for you there. As you
Well,
as you exit the common room, it leads you back out towards the outside. But before we do anything
do
with
I
that,
see?
Sam,
No, I wanted to. Well, fuck it. Okay, go, Sam.
All right.
sorry, it's getting to a point where I would like to, just push for the
Yeah,
end of the
yeah, I
session.
get it. I get it. I get
But at the
it.
same time, I
It's
don't
getting.
want to leave people hanging with things till the next session. So we're not totally.
Yeah, I get it.
All
Okay,
right.
so you're chasing after a little gecko.
Yep.
It seems to be leading you towards the heart of the keep, where it stops in front of a massive double door.
All right. Kind of look at him inquisitively, like to kind of like nod at the door, maybe suggest like, hey, is this the spot?
He bleps at you.
All right. I will. Uh, can't even say that. Crap. This is this is the worst. I love it.
You guys chose this for yourselves.
Oh yeah, we did. Guess I'll give the door a big knock, or if it's got the little knock thingies, use those if they're there, but
There
just
don't seem to be any knockers on the doors.
they are
Just
called knockers. Yeah.
handles.
Give the door a big knock, see if there's just check for privacy's sake and stuff out of respect, just in case there is someone in there.
You don't hear so much a response as more a shh coming from the other side of the door.
Okay. I guess I'll crack the door open, kind of open it slowly. And let me see. Just ask, are you all right?
As you open the door and ask, "Are you all right?" You are greeted by the smell of books. That smell of aged paper, a little bit of dust, maybe a bit of mildew here and there. As you continue opening the door, you see what it is, and you see that the room that your little gecko friend has brought you to, and it's looks to be a grand library of sorts. Books running floor to ceiling. It's the 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 room itself looks to go up 3 floors with a massive open space area in the middle, um, shelves everywhere. In and amongst the books, you also see some scrolls, a couple of items sitting on shelves, um, and lots of books just floating around and looking like they're sorting themselves. Inside, you don't see very many. um, You don't see very many people aside from one halfling that's sitting at a table engrossed in what book is in front of her.
All right. Time to get into this. I'll go up to the halfling and let me see. Oh, I can. Where'd it go? Say I have some studying to do, but in a quieter voice so as to not disturb things too much. They've already told me to shush.
The halfling looks up in surprise at you. And it's like, oh, dearie. Who are you? Odd. You look to be a bird. I'm sorry, did you have a question?
I have some studying to do.
Studying. Oh, do you wish to read a book?
Magic in your world.
Yes, we have books on nearly every magic that is present in this world. Is there a particular spell you wish to know about?
How do I convey this with the words I've got? All right. Do I have to stick with phrases that I have, or can I piece together words?
You can piece together words from the various phrases you've heard.
Okay.
The what's his name? The challenge is that you can only use the tone and inflection that those words were said in. So you can use whatever words you want. It's just the tone. You cannot convey tone accurately beyond what you initially heard it as.
It's gonna sound so weird. Okay. Let me uh all right. Companions will die. Um that's bad.
That is indeed a terrible predicament. Why is it that you were stringing words together in such a strange way? Wait. Hold on. I've heard of people like you. My apologies. I never considered that your race might be a factor. Uh, Kenku. Kenku. Cursed with the ability to only mimic. Do you know the words yes and no?
Kenku, yes.
Okay. Danger of our world. Magics of our world. You wish to study the magics of Splinter?
Yes.
You say magics of... Are you not from Splinter?
Yes.
Not
from
intriguing.
Splinter.
Oh, right. Masingi did mention that. Oh, I was told that I might have a student. You wish to study magic? You already answered. My mistake. You wish to be a wizard?
Yes.
Wizard, Kenku, should be easy enough. Do you believe yourself to be smart enough?
Yes. I've always wanted to be a little bit creative. Just realized this is gonna get worse and worse as we go on and I get more words. Cause I'm gonna be looking at more words.
Yes.
You really need to find a dictionary, Sam.
I mean, he's in a big library. Shouldn't be
But
hard.
I don't know if those would count because you would have no tone to have those tied to.
That
You
is
need
an
someone
excellent question.
So you need someone to read a dictionary to you.
Yeah, I need someone to read a dictionary to me. But then it would also only have the tone of them reading it, so it could end up being extremely monotone.
Creative. Do you wish to be a wizard? Or a bard?
Wizard. Let me try and because I've got some more words now.
Okay.
Okay. One of us will die, study magic, no die.
It seems you're looking more for divine intervention here. They have been known to bring people back from the dead.
See if I've got any sort of like maybe or something. Can I say yes, no?
You can say yes, no.
Yes, no.
Yes, no, yeah. Oh, maybe. Maybe the path of a cleric?
Yes.
Ah. Well, that can be arranged. Do you have a being of power you wish to serve? We can look at some of the various deities that exist within Splinter and see if any of their morals or goals align with some of yours. And I'm sure that if you resonate with one of them strongly enough, they might be willing to bless you with power.
Intriguing.
Unless, of course, you already know of a being of power you wish to serve.
Trying to think of deities and stuff I might know.
You are also welcome to pick stuff from the North, the Greek, the Roman, the Egyptian, the
Yeah.
Japanese, the Chinese, those pantheons as well. Like, I haven't dedicated any actual time to setting up religious factions within this world just yet, so...
Yeah, I'm trying to think of, like, healing deities and stuff that I might know myself.
Okay.
I might also need to make my mic more sensitive in Discord later, but, that's different. What's something I know that heals things? Because I'm also thinking about, like, benefits and stuff to certain ones. I wonder... Oh, I'm thinking now I won't even be able to tell this person that. I'm sitting here looking up.
Listen, so long as you have an idea of who it is you would like to try and commune with and, you know, receive a blessing from, that's the key factor here. It's sort of how I've handled what some of the other group is doing in regards to divine power. But I think having you sitting and figuring that particular thing out for the next session, might be a good place to call this particular one for now.
Probably. Time to start studying.
Yes.
Yeah.
I hope everybody here had fun this evening.
I did.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I for sure had, yeah.
This was absolutely ridiculous. I love it.
It's a real challenge, right, Sam?
Oh, yeah.
It's hard from the start, but when you get into it, it's fun.
Yes. I try not to push people to do things that they aren't comfortable with, but at the same time, I like to try and make a space where people can get comfortable quite quickly.
I already
And,
have a dumb idea for my bed shit.
I mean, I had an absolutely cozy time, and I think what we did was nice here, and we got into a new adventure. So
Yes,
thank you a lot for guiding us.
no problem.
I'm having
I
a
am.
blast doing this, and like you can't hear it. That's why I was saying I might need to turn my mic sensitivity up. But I'm like giggling and laughing and shit this whole time.
I heard that.
That's exactly what we're looking for. I do
It
want
was
to
good and
apologize to the chats for the very abrasive and descriptive introductions to both Broken and Nero's characters. It is unfortunately just the best way to tie it in with the background that they decided to go with.
What the fuck? What do you expect? Don't be sorry for them. You just met two morons from the same country who have same mentality. I told you at the start it's gonna be a shit show.
Yes. I see that Anyu has gotten a raid from Slip, as we're also about to end. So.
Oh yeah,
Welcome,
I was just talking to
Raiders.
Slip. welcome, and thank you so much.
Yes,
for
welcome,
stopping
guys.
by.
Oh, I
Thank you
got
for
this.
coming by.
Sure, no problem.
Um,
I think Slip is gonna hold us hostage. We're not allowed to go. Right away, he says.
I'm waiting. I'm waiting.
Hi, Slip. What are we waiting for?
I got Katsu coming in. Hi, Katsu. Welcome,
Hi,
welcome.
Katsu. Hello, everyone.
Thank you.
Wait, Casa just raided you?
Yes, thank you so much for the raid. Unfortunately, we are
Welcome in,
just
Katsu.
about wrapping up the session.
Guys. We need to gank up in one stream and just attack someone.
Yes.
Yeah.
So let's do the right things here.
Let's see who to raid.
Do you guys have any suggestions?
I might have one.
You sure?
I've got a friend who
Look at
hasn't
his
streamed
streaming.
for a while.
Ooh.
It's Schweg on you.
Oh, really? Oh, that would be cool. Yeah, we should do that.
Okay, you'll just
Right.
have to post the name in
Yeah.
a chat somewhere.
Yeah.
I just imagine the confusion of that person.
Let me go put it in.
Like 4 people raiding at the same time.
That's actually
Well, 3
bombarding.
people.
I'm going to the wrong
I'm a bit
servers.
tipsy. I was drinking most of the time.
Dropey, did you just call him Slipper on my feet?
Got it. All right.
Also,
What
Slip.
the fuck, Sleep?
Just as a note, Slip, we have discussed as a group here, and if you're still interested, you're welcome to join us next session. I will discuss with you a couple more finer details surrounding you participating. But yeah, you're welcome to join us.
Welcome to the party.
Thank you for the hydrate lemons I drank.
I bet Slipper's gonna bolt out of the forest of the woods and then just stand in front of us being like, "Hi guys, I'm glad I made it here. Man, I lost track of you. Oh shit, where are we?"
He's gonna bolt out of the forest and say something like, "I'm dad."
Oh my god.
Yeah, They are gonna say it, okay? They are gonna say it, but they're actually gonna speak a language none of us understands. That would be funny.
Just be aware, Slip, that we've already said that if you pull any stupid dad jokes, you might be immediately removed from the call for the time being.
Or you may get friendly fire.
Just have some
Or that,
self-control.
yes. Much like Katsu and Tomato received from Bloop in the other campaign.
Or in other words, as we Kenkus would say it, not only one of us is gonna die.
No, I know a better solution. Get Nero and Slip to possess him.
Ooh.
Yeah, me being the secret weapon now.
Yes, Katsu. I am also looking forward to getting back to the other campaign. Soon, very, very soon. Like 16 days from now, if my calculations aren't wrong.
Okay.
16 days?
Ryder, you want to know what my original plan with this was going to be?
Yes.
I was just going to quote a bunch of video game things with dumb voices.
My fucking god.
I'm glad I have steered people away from just doing meme things.
I really noticed one thing, like right here, there are 5 people, and all I hear and all I imagine is one person gonna be with a sword, maybe a crossbow, and all the other 4 something magical, maybe sorcery, maybe magic, something.
I'm so fucked.
Yeah, I was sitting here considering it, and I was like, I don't see any melee characters coming to the forefront.
Yeah, the same thing I was thinking. All I see is Cell being the only one that could go melee.
Well, I mean,
If we kill a fucking bruiser, I'm gonna shove your diamond up his ass to possess him.
Well, that's the only option for me.
Ant-Man! Oh my god!
and
Also, Slipped asked, can I have a skill where I can insta-kill an enemy with a dad joke, but it would also kill me in the process?
No,
That is
no.
so tempting. That is so tempting.
Yeah,
No.
isn't it?
okay, wait, does Masingi's
No,
I wonder
no.
if Masingi's contract would tie to clerical magic where I can revive people.
Good question.
I mean, the contract stipulated 1 resurrection.
Because then we could use slip repeatedly.
At least twice.
That's a little too broken at this point in time.
Yeah, we don't want to. Yeah. All right.
That's a
Okay.
secret, not
Oh.
yet. Not yet.
Okay, do we have a name for a person we're rating?
Yeah, I put it
Look
in
at the
Discord chat.
Okay. Cool. Well, then I'm going to initiate the raid.
Yes, me too.
Also,
Also, guys, you
mine
can
started.
fetch the raid message from the chat. It's a bit further up. Oh my god, yeah, I copied the message and not the name.
Yeah. People have some time to consider what classes they wish to play, and you can always come and talk to me for further suggestions.
Yeah,
We will, thank
I
you.
only
I'm
have
gonna be the
one
only melee.
question. Is can I look at everything that every class that contains magic, so I could just decide which one I actually want? Because when we were creating our characters, I was looking over sorcery and mages. They are a bit different.
They're very different.
Yeah, so
I will
I
send
wanna
you
look over
links to
again.
each of the spellcasting classes because there are some classes that are full casters and some classes that are half casters.
I'm
And then
assuming.
even some people who are third casters, which is a weird one.
Jeez.
But
How does that work?
if you guys want, we can do a. Actually,
Like
you
a-
know what? That's a great topic for discussion next week Friday on a Teach D&D
Yeah,
stream.
yeah, for one of the lesson ones. That'd be a good
Yeah.
one.
Actually
That's
needed.
some great word for the end of the stream because I am gonna raid in a few seconds. So
Yeah,
bye everybody.
I
Thank
got
you for
raided.
being here.
Cool. Bye.
See ya, guys.
Adios.
Let me.
Ciao, ciao. See you next time.
Oh crap.
Adios, amigo.
Wait, when gonna the teaching thingy?
Next week Friday.
Okay. Well, still, I bet you're gonna